Good evening, everyone. We welcome you all to OrthoTV Monday Motivation webinar series. Today is the 42nd webinar. This is the longest running series on OrthoTV. And with us, I have not one but two moderators. We have with us Dr. Dhiren Ganjwala, who is the president of the Pediatric Orthopaedic Society of India. And we have with me my friend Dr. Satyen Mehta, who is a spine surgeon from Mumbai. So over to you, Dr. Dhiren Ganjwala, to introduce today's topic and speaker.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Warm welcome to Monday Motivation Series. It's our pleasure to welcome today's speaker, Dr. Arunaagiri Mudaliar. He is an author, an excellent trainer, a successful industrialist, and a sportsman. He has written 4 books. The first one is Jogging About Success. The second is How to Unleash Our Potential. The third is Customer-Centric Approach. And the fourth is On the Sales. Regarding training, he is associated with a very popular Blade Single Training Academy, Carnegie Training Institutes, Landmark Technologies, and SSY. After working with famous organizations like Pfizer and Lakshmi Pump, currently he owns a company that's called Pacific Trends, which is a leader in soft luggage industry. He is also a keen sportsman. He has represented India at international level in basketball. And in spite of busy schedule, his passion for sports is still alive, and he continues to train youth for the same. In short, we have a multifaceted personality on our platform, and today is going to speak on a topic which is very near to his heart, and that is right mindset for success and happiness. So I welcome Dr. Arunaagiri and request him to enrich us with his experience and knowledge. Over to you. Thank you.
Success, success, success. Is that what you are aspiring for? There are thousands of successful sportsmen, CEOs, entrepreneurs, businessmen. But the one who is a combination of all and shares his success mantras is a rare gem. Dr. Arunaagiri, the Success Guru, is a best-selling author, world-class trainer, international sportsman, and a successful industrialist. Dr. Arunaagiri Mudaliar was the youngest basketball captain of the Maharashtra state team, representing India at the International Games. His passion for the game is still alive as the official basketball coach for a leading sports club in Mumbai. Dr. Arunaagiri holds an MSc degree from Mumbai, Master of Management Studies, a certificate in Marketing and Sales from Holland. He is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad and an accredited and nominated scholar from the prestigious Japanese Association of Overseas Technical Bureau. He was the CEO at the topmost companies in the field such as engineering, pharma, training and development, agro and FMCG over a span of 25 years. This experience led him to start his own corporate venture, Pacific Trends, a soft luggage company, which has won Asia Top Business Award 2016, instituted by IBF Singapore. With the best of the best teachings of the West and the East, he successfully increased the company's turnover from lakhs to crores within a decade, and established goodwill via world-class service to his clients. He was eager to share his success mantras, which was indeed Dr. Arunaagiri's long-time passion. To empower, enable, and educate individuals, he started his training organization, EQ. His training programs comprise of new paradigms of leadership skills, breakthrough performance, personal excellence, professional selling skills, communication and presentation skills, among others. Each of these programs merge the world-renowned, scientifically proven practices such as transformational technology, empowerment technology, interpersonal skill technology, networking skill technology, inner engineering technology, and 10x growth technology. His world-renowned new flagship signature programs are 10x Business Growth, 10x Sales Booster, 10x Personal and Professional Growth. He has authored 3 best-selling self-help books, namely Unleash Your Potential, Jogging for Life Success, and Being Customer-Centric. His 4th book, The Sales Master, 21 Key Elements to Win the Game of Selling, is published by the world-renowned Canadian publisher Black Card Books. Dr. Arunaagiri has conducted 10,000 plus seminars and more than 1 lakh participants have benefited from his powerful success training till date, including companies such as Indian Oil, Hindustan Petroleum, LIC, Roche, Sulzer, Mitsubishi, UTI, Lakshmi Machine Works, etc. Life is a game. Win it with Dr. Arunaagiri, the Success Guru.
Friends, how many
Yes,
of
sir.
you agree with me that we human beings have got infinite potential? If you just agree with me, just type S on the chat box, please. Whether you are in YouTube or in the Zoom link, please type S in the chat box. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Satyen. Thank you, Dr. Dhiren. Friends, how many of you also agree with me that out of this humongous, infinite potential that we human beings possess, in actual life, we use a very small, minuscule percentage of this potential in our actual life? How many of you agree with me? If you agree with me, just type yes on the chat box again. Thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Satyen, Dr. Dhiren, and all the people who have responding on the YouTube and on the Zoom link. Friends, I welcome each one of you for this empowerment seminar, which is being organized by these wonderful people. And I want to first and foremost acknowledge all these stalwarts who have taken their valuable time out. Dr. Dhiren, Dr. Neeraj, Dr. Satyen, for organizing this, because I, for one, as a professional coach, trainer, entrepreneur, know how intricate and how stressful it is for you to organize such programs. And I almost remember 3 months back, Dr. Dhiren had contacted us and booked our slot for today. So I really want to acknowledge all of them. So I would like all these people who are there on the YouTube and other channels to just send a small thank you on the chat box by saying, thank you, Dr. Dhiren, Dr. Neeraj, Dr. Satyen, for taking this extra effort to organize such programs in this challenging time, because I, for one, believe that COVID-19 pandemic has been one of the most tumultuous, most turbulent phase that most of us have faced in our entire lifespan. And in these times, it is very, very essential to get present to some of these empowering concepts and thoughts which can help us keep our mental balance and also keep us energetic and in a positive mindset. So I really acknowledge all these great stalwarts who have taken the effort. And I also want to acknowledge each one of you who's present for this particular live webinar in the various channels where it has been broadcast, because you being present for this live webinar tells me one thing about each one of you, that you are among the top 10% of the world's population who invest their resources, their time on the most important asset that we human beings have, that is we ourselves. So I really want to acknowledge all of you, and I would like to just ask all of you to just give a round of applause in the virtual manner, as we all know, just by just by putting your fingers together. Thank you, Dr. Dhiren. Thank you, Satyen. Thank you very much for the same, because you all require that acknowledgement for having this mindset of learning. Friends, the next 1 hour that we are going to spend together, my intention is the person who got into this webinar at 8 o'clock should not be the same person who goes out. You take back some value, and I strongly intend that you experience true education, which in my opinion is transformation, that is converting your limiting beliefs into liberating beliefs. What I intend to cover, my friends, is the concept called as self-actualization. Self-actualization is to unleash this immense potential which is there through a concept called as self-actualization cycle, which would enable each one of you to start using it right from after this seminar. And how many of you would love it? If you would love it, just type on the chat box, I would love to learn about self-actualization. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dhiren. The second, what I intend to cover in this short time that we have together is a concept called as thought management or thought leadership. And it is said that thought leadership gives you life leadership. And I would like each one of you to get a gist of it. I do understand that it's not possible to master it, but I would like each of us to set forth on this path of thought leadership, which would give you life leadership. How many of you would like to understand more about this most powerful concept in a human being called thought leadership? If you would like it, please type on the chat box, I would like it. Thank you very much. Thank you again. Thank you again. Keen to learn about it. Thank you. And last but not the least, in this short time, I also intend to cover this concept of BUFAR, which is a very, very powerful principle known world over as to how through transforming your beliefs and giving the right attitude and bringing the right feeling and action, you can be a master of your results in your life. Master of results in your life. How many of you would love to be a master of your own life? If you would love to have the mastery over your life, please type love to be a master, love to be a master, love to be a master. Okay, so this is what I intend to cover during this coming 60 minutes. And my intention is that each and every participant here really takes value. Even subsequently, whenever you listen to this seminar, you should be able to go back empowered. Okay. Friends, with this, let me just share with you the PPTs, and then we'll take it forward from there. Friends, as I said, as Dr. Dhiren rightly introduced this, the program is called called Developing the Right Mindset for Success and Happiness. Now, the first thing which I wanted to appreciate each one of you was for this concept that first and foremost thing is I wanted to just share with you this. This is the reason why I acknowledge each of you, and I want you to imprint this particular formula in the mind. I know most of you as top doctors of India, you already are into this phase. That's why you are present here. You are part of this group. It's called PD is equal to BD. Whatever development you want to have in your business or in your profession is directly proportional to your personal development. Your personal development leads to your business development. So that's the reason why I was acknowledging each one of you for that. Okay. And I want all of you to remember this. Each one of us is an extraordinary human being. And I can assure you that you are among the top 10% and you are an extraordinary human being. And if it's possible, just tell yourself, I'm an extraordinary person. Okay. Now, friends, before I get into those three concepts which I'm going to share with you, self-actualization, thought leadership, and BUFAR principle, I wanted to share with you one of the reasons why I am into this training profession in spite of me being involved in so many things, and why I take every opportunity to address, to share these thoughts with my fellow brethren, especially in India. So can I share with you, because this is my emotional reason for being a trainer coach. If you agree with me, just say agree on the chat box and give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Friends, the emotional reason for me to be available for every association, entrepreneurial group, youth movement, is concerned with my motherland. Okay? That's an emotional reason for me being in the training. And I'll just share with you. Friends, as you all know, our motherland, India, not too distant past, it was called, as all of you know, as the Sone ki Chidi of the world, the golden land. Just to give you a brief, we were from the 1st century to the 13th century, we were the #1 economy in the world. Even up to 18th century, we were contributing to almost 29% of the world's population. Friends, I want you to listen to this story, but behind it is one of the most important, one of the most potent self-development principle I'm going to share. So I am urging all of you to pay attention to this story, which I'm sure each one of you are interested, because we are all patriotic about our motherland. Yes or no? How many of you agree with me? If you agree with me, just type yes on the chat box, please. Okay. So this great motherland of ours, let me tell you this, and I'm trying to get back some of the historical facts. Okay. We were, even today, if you see across the world, even today, we Indians do very well. Our great nation, even today, produces some of the best doctors, best scientists in the world. But then I wanted to ask you, what happened from this being a Sone ki Chidiya, the golden land? How come we became a poor country or a developing country? The reason behind is this, my friend, is this particular statement. And I want all of you to read with me, because this is concerning your motherland. And I wanted you to know this historical fact, which has been verified today. This is a statement made by Lord Macaulay in 1835, 2nd February, in the British Parliament. And I'll read it, and I would request all of you to read it along with me. He said in the British Parliament, "I have traveled across the length and breadth of India, and I've not seen one person who's a beggar, who's a thief. Such wealth I've seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we'll ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is a spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace our old and ancient education system, our culture. For if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their self-culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation." Friends, this was their mission statement of British Empire. I wanted to ask each one of you present today live, did they achieve in their mission statement? Did the Britishers achieve in their mission statement of being able to replace this golden land concept to become a subservient nation? The answer is yes. And I want to ask you one more question, and I want you to think over it, because this has got, as I said, this is laced with one of the most important self-development principle known to mankind. I want to ask you, my friends, what was the maximum damage? What is the major damage that the Britishers did to us, which is highlighted here? Okay, what are the most important dent, or what are the most important damage did the Britishers do to us? Okay, now many people say that it is the plundering they did. They took a lot of wealth from us. They destroyed our education system. But the actual fact is, friends, they actually, the most important damage that they did to us in those 200 years of their rule to us is they dented our self-esteem. And they made us believe that, we, the glorious nation Indians of India, we were second to them. And let me tell you one important concept which I told you. Okay. Now, the fact is, and this is why I'm reiterating this, and this is one of the important motivational principles which I want each of us to etch it in your mind. But remember this: success of an individual, success of an organization, or a success of a country is directly proportional to their self-concept or self-esteem. I again repeat, a man's success in life, a human being's success in life is directly proportional to the self-esteem. And this was what they dented. Friend, as a trainer, as a coach, as an Indian, one of my important mission is to reinstate the self-esteem, the self-concept of our great nation, of our great people. That is the reason why I'm here, and thereby make this country again as a Sone ki chidi of the world. How many of you are with me? How many of you, if you are with me, just raise your hands. Thank you, Dhiren. Okay, and this is what I've been doing for last couple of decades. Okay, and let me give you a small thing. You know, I'll not go into the details because we don't have time, but I will tell you. Okay, even today, unfortunately, this brainwashing which the Britishers did is there in some of us. In many of the youth, they don't know the legacy. This was the country which invented zero. This was the country who had the first surgeon. This was the country which was known for its Nalanda University. This was the country which was known for the Kohinoor diamond. This is a country which was known for its spice trade. This is a country which was known for the shipbuilding. All those great things are not known to many of the youth. And let me tell you, even today, we as Indians are one of the most intelligent people in the world. Just to give you a proof, here is a statement made, we just published recently in one of the economic journals of the world. For less than about 53 Indians account for more than 4 trillion in market cap. They are all heading the biggest organizations in the world. 30% are Indians. 30% of NASA scientists are Indians. 30% of doctors in the United Kingdom are Indians. Okay, friends, what I mean to say is, we Indians are among one of the most intelligent races in the world. I also want to ask you all, my friends, okay, I want you to get back that self-concept, the belief in yourself. Do you know why we Indians are so intelligent? Do you know the reason? Okay, friends, the reason is because of your genome. Our ancient ancestors were master of one technology which enabled them to go into the DNA and transform them. Friends, do you know which technology I'm talking about? Do you know which technology I'm talking about, which has today been used widely by all the countries in the world, especially the most successful nations in the world? Okay, if I can have if you can just give me your take on that, which is the technology am I talking about? Which is the technology? Absolutely right, Dr. Dhiren, you're spot on. It's meditation. When I go to USA and talk and give training, and I ask the class how many of them meditate, 30 to 40% of the hands go up. When I go to Japan and when I ask the class, 70% of the class raises hands. Friends, but do you know that when I travel across India, when I address my own brethren youth, and when I ask them how many of us do practice meditation regularly, I'm quite shocked to know that less than 10% of the hands go up. And this is a technology which I'm talking about, my friends, which enables you to really talk about the next concept which I'm going to talk about, that is called as thought leadership. Now, let me dive into this, because many of you may think about what is this man talking about? He's talking about meditation as a technology. How does meditation? Many of the youth in our country feel that it's something to do with mumbo jumbo of spiritualism, and normally they think that normally spiritualism you should indulge in after you get retired, after 60, 70 years old. And today I want to break that myth and give you the right perspective to look at this greatest technology which our ancestors gave to this world. So let me just delve into it, and maybe I'm sure this august, very intelligent community whom I'm addressing, you would be able to grasp it much better. Friends, talking about thought leadership. Friends, do you know How many thoughts do we get in a day? How many thoughts do you get in a day? Yeah, it is said very, very at least, some of you have thought of it, we get almost 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. Out of the 60, 70,000 thoughts, do you know how many of them are negative and how many of them are positive? How many of them are positive and negative? Friends, as you're right, again, out of them, 90% of the thoughts which we get are negative and repetitive. Only 10% of the thoughts are positive. Let me ask you one more thing. This is all about the way our mind works. The mind works. Mind can be either can take you to great lengths, or the mind can be like a monkey mind who can take you away. Now let me ask you, at any given point of time, how many thoughts can you can think? How many thoughts can you have in an instant? Even though we get 60, 70,000 thoughts in a day, how many thoughts do you get in an instant? Absolutely right, Dr. Dhiren. You're right. You can have only one thought. And let me tell you one more thing. I'll just put this question. I'm sure you'll appreciate. But even though we can have only one thought, but what is the experience of most of the human beings? Do you have thoughts, or thoughts have you? Do you have thoughts, or thoughts have you? What is the experience of most of we human beings? If you delve deep into it and ponder over it, we all feel that, thoughts have us. We don't have thoughts. Even though God Almighty has given you the choice, the power to have the thoughts. Yeah, thoughts control us. Absolutely right, Dr. Dhiren. Thoughts control us. And that's the reason why you are not able to focus. You're not able to concentrate. You're not able to really focus on the positive thoughts and take it to the logical conclusion, because it is said your thoughts become your words. Your words becomes your action. Action repeated becomes your action, your habit. And habits become your character. And character determines your destiny. This is what is called as a thought manifestation cycle. Thoughts to words, to action, to habit, habit to character, character to destiny. So what I really want you all to really look at it is, the thoughts which you focus on is ultimately going to lead to your destiny. So, but are we today in control of your thoughts? As Dr. Dhiren rightly said, thoughts have you, thoughts control you. You have got no control. Now you keep on wavering yourself, and that's the reason why you don't have this focus. And more so in today's mobile technology, where you got so many distractions. All the more, most of them are having this attention deficiency syndrome, which is mainly because too many thoughts are impinging on your mind, not able to focus on one. And friends, if you ask me, which is the technology which gives you the power to control your thought? Which is the technology which makes you be like a witness to the thoughts which you have, and have the power to focus on the thoughts which you want to focus on? Absolutely right, Dr. Satyen. It is the meditation. That's why I boldly told you that meditation is a technology which can enable you to determine your destiny, because that's the only technology which can enable you to not be carried away by not so important thoughts, the negative thoughts, and have the power to focus on them. And this is what, friends, is the power given by meditation. So I would like to appeal to all of you in this great land of ours, where there are so many organizations which teach you meditation almost for free. That's why we don't value it. Whereas in USA, you all know Dr. Deepak Chopra, right? He charges $50,000 for a weekend course, and the entire Hollywood and the entire top technical people go to him. And he talks about, he teaches them nothing but meditation and spiritualism. And I'm really proud of Dr. Deepak Chopra. He is one of my teachers. And the way he is able to talk about Vedas, Upanishads, and the power of these technologies is something very, very important. Friends, why I'm touching upon this is because in this COVID time, I've addressed more than hundreds of seminars online. And I've spoken to a number of people from all age groups, right? From children to the elders. And for everyone, I was telling only one thing: practice silence, practice meditation. Because when you are bombarded by these social media and by television, by all these negative newses, if you are not in control of your mind, you would go crazy. And as doctors, many of you would appreciate that apart from the physical ailment, what is the biggest challenge that we are facing is the mental trauma, the mental disalignment or mental trauma, which many of them are going on, which is not symptomatic. And today, when I see number of ads being given by the government of India, asking the people who have got some challenges in terms of their mind and the mental balance to accept it and to take opinion, take help from others. Okay, and this wouldn't happen if you really know the power of meditation. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to share with all this August gathering, and I would urge each one of you. Okay, meditation is not difficult, and I, for one, would try to strongly tell each one of us, my fellow citizen, we as Indians, we have a natural tendency, we have a natural alignment towards meditation. How many of you agree with me? Because we are born in the spiritual capital of the world. We are born in the spiritual capital of the world. This is the place I go across the world learning and teaching. Whenever they talk about spiritualism, everybody wants to come to India. They want to go to Varanasi, Rishikesh, and learn and understand about spiritualism. Because friends, remember, we are spiritual beings having human experience and not human beings having a spiritual experience. How many of you agree with me? If you agree with me, just type yes. We are actually spiritual beings. And as great doctors here, some of the top doctors in the country, you would appreciate that there is a huge relation between mind and body. This body can heal. You get regression from many of the ailments, provided you know how to manage your mind. And this is what I wanted to share with you, my friends. Practice thought leadership by being in silence. Silence is the biggest power that we human beings have. And in silence, you get to trigger off your creativity, your ingenuity, and you'll be able to really bring forth the humongous potential that this particular human brain which has got trillions of neurons. And today we talk about brain plasticity. And what we talk about brain plasticity is your thoughts. You have the power to restructure your brain by getting in the proper thoughts, by using concepts like affirmation, incantations, and subconscious mind programming and patterning. You can determine what exactly you require in this world. That's the power which is there within us. But I want to touch upon this particular concept, which is again very, very important, is this concept called as self-actualization. Okay, this is again a recent research. This was first published in my book, The Unleash Your Potential, which is available on the Amazon and Flipkart. Friends, this is a cycle which is known here. Okay, many people in many of the trainings, they loosely use all these concepts like self-belief, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, self-competence. They use all this very, very loosely. But I wanted to just share with you all this research, and I want all of you to literally by heart this. Now I want to ask you this: in this entire cycle, which is the first step for human beings to actualize their full potential? And I would like some of you to just answer me on the chat box. Okay, I've written down here self-confidence, self-competence, self-acceptance, self-worth, self-esteem, self-belief. But what is the first thing? Awesome. Dr. Satyen, you're spot on. I really appreciate Dr. Satyen for being, you're right. The first step for self-actualization, to bring in your full potential, is self-acceptance. It is not self-belief, self-confidence. You become self-confident and then you can achieve anything. No, self-confidence will come first is self-acceptance. We as human beings have to accept ourselves for what we are. You may be, whatever background you are. First, if you don't accept yourself, you don't have a chance to grow, to unleash your potential. And more than 95% of the human beings don't accept themselves. You need to first love yourself. You need to approve yourself. You need to accept yourself. That's the first thing. Whatever you may be, in your physical structure, short or tall. You may be fair or dark. You may be so-called glamorous, or you may be very ordinary looking. You may be rich or poor. You may be in whichever place you are born in. The first thing is, as human beings, if you really want to be powerful, if you want to unleash your potential, you have to first have self-love, self-acceptance, self-approval. Okay. Self-acceptance, self-love is not ego. Ego is different. Ego is where you consider others to be no good. Okay. In fact, here I normally propound in my training program this concept. Okay. This concept of Kohinoor. Friends, how many of you appreciate that, Kohinoor is invaluable? Why is Kohinoor so invaluable? Can I have some response? Why is it so invaluable? Kohinoor is today coveted. Unfortunately, it was taken away from our country, and it's there in the Queen Elizabeth's crown. Okay, but why is Kohinoor so much coveted? Can you give me an answer? Yeah, I'm waiting for some response. Okay, why is Kohinoor so coveted? Why is it so precious? Why is it so invaluable? Yeah, good. I'll give you the answer. The answer is, it is unique. It is unique. There is no second Kohinoor in the world. Being unique, it has become so covetous. Now, I would just want to ask each one of you, my friends, who's there for this seminar. We have 7.4 billion people. Is there another person who is just like you in physical, in mental, emotional makeup? Is there another Dr. Dhiren Ganjwala? Is there another Dr. Satyen Mehta? Is there another Dr. Tushar Agrawal? Is there another one like you? Is there another Dr. Arunaagiri or Jagmohan Nair? So that makes each one of us what? You're right. It makes each one of us unique. That makes each one of us a Kohinoor. Am I right? How many of you agree with me? That each one of us is a Kohinoor. There's no other person like you. And that's what makes you invaluable. So I would like all of you to just type on your chat box and remember this and repeat it. I am a Kohinoor. Okay. Whatever area of life you are, whatever stage of life you are, whatever age of life you are, whatever maybe your success level in your life, I want you to consider yourself to be a Kohinoor. So please, can I request everybody to just type, I'm a Kohinoor, and believe it, I'm a Kohinoor. Okay. And I'm invaluable. Now, I did touch upon one more concept called as ego. The unfortunate thing is, in my training programs across the world, I find that many people, when I tell them this point, they start telling, okay, I'm a Kohinoor. But then how do we consider others? Because you stop considering yourself as, normally people consider themselves to be a koila, and now I make them look like a Kohinoor. But how do you consider others? हम खुद को तो कोहिनूर मान लेते हैं, ओके, बट हम बाकी लोगों को, बहुत सारे लोगों को, हमारे जो जूनियर्स हैं, हमारे जो पियर्स हैं, और समटाइम इवन हमारे जो सुपीरियर्स हैं, उनको हम कैसा मानते हैं? We consider them to be a koila. Okay, so this is ego. That's ego. Considering yourself Kohinoor and others as a koila is a thing. What is important is, remember this. This is the right way of self-acceptance. I am a Kohinoor. You are a Kohinoor, or everyone is a Kohinoor. Okay. When you friends use this as a paradigm for interrelationship, I can promise you that you will have harmony. You will have cordiality. You will have cooperation in your life. How many of you agree with me? Okay. The moment you consider, I'm a Koinur and everybody is a Koinur. Okay. And you will start despising others. You start cutting others to size. This is an important paradigm. And especially in this COVID-19 pandemic time, you need to ensure that you have empathy, love, care, respect, and you take responsibility for everybody. And that's the only way in which we'll be able to face this pandemic. And as these leading doctors of this country who are there in this, friends, that is the only way in which we'll be able to give this mental massage to the people and make them feel good about themselves, because this is what is going to help them have self-acceptance, self-worth, self-esteem, self-belief, self-confidence, and self-competence. Okay? So this is a cycle which enables a human being to actualize their full potential. Friends, this starts with self-acceptance. Considering yourself to be a Koinur, and of course others also as a Koinur, and that gives you a feeling of self-worth, that I am worthy of something. Okay? Whatever may be your stage of life, whatever may be your economical condition, whatever may be your social thing, consider yourself to be that. So that gives you a sense of worth. The sense worth gives you self-esteem. Self-esteem is nothing but the feeling that you have about yourself, the feeling. You need to have a feeling of empowerment, that I am somebody. I should feel good about myself. Only when I feel good can I transmit goodness. That gives you self-belief. Self-belief is having trust in myself, believing in my own capability, believing in my self in terms of accomplishing whatever I believe I can do. This gives you self-confidence. Confidence is exhibited in the way you do a task that comes from inside out, and that makes you self-competent, self-competence. And today, world over, self-competence is going beyond your mediocrity towards touching excellence. And this is a cycle. This is a cycle. Okay. And this can work both ways as well. But I, for one, believe it starts with the concept of self-acceptance. That is very, very important. Okay. Friends, I would like all of you to take a snapshot, and I would like all of you to remember this entire cycle. Remember, starts with self-acceptance, feel self-worthy, feel a sense of self-esteem, self-belief, self-confidence, and self-competence. Okay. And now let me touch you the third one, because we are at 8:45. I got 10 minutes more. What I'm going to do is this concept called as BUFAR. This is again got a correlation to what I'm talking about in self-actualization. BUFAR means belief. A stands for attitude, F for feelings, A for action, and R for result. This is also called as science of results. I want all of you to just write it down. This is called as science of results. Friends, why I'm making you all participate, why I'm asking the question is, friends, today, let me tell you the latest training technology. As Dr. Saab was introducing me as the first trainer in India to be certified by Blair Singer Academy, who are masters in accelerated learning technology and suggestiology, which is the latest science of learning. Friends, according to this science, learning is not a spectator sport. Hello. Learning is not a spectator sport. You learn when you interact, when you engage. And that's the reason why I'm trying to engage with you all. And thank you very much for giving me the permission to engage. And I could see Dr. Dhiren, Dr. Satyen being so very generous in interacting, because you will learn only when you interact. How many of you agree with me? If you agree with me, raise your hands. Because learning is an engagement, is not a spectator sport. It's an engagement sport. Understand, you repeat it. That's how the brain functions. That's the way the brain absorbs, retains, and is able to retrieve information. And that learning becomes your knowledge to wisdom. Data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. Friends, this is the science of results. So let me define beliefs. Beliefs are nothing but the thoughts which you consider to be truth. Again, let's go back to the thought leadership. Beliefs are nothing but your thoughts which you consider to be truth. Beliefs are formed right from the time you were in the mother's womb. And your environment, your parents, your friends, your peers, they all condition you. And they make you feel something which is truth. It is, and this is beliefs are all there in the subconscious mind. And as you all would appreciate, 90% of your behavior is all determined by your subconscious brain. And that's where belief rests. But let me make you one statement. In your life, if there is any area, be it your health, wealth, relationship, any area of your life which is not working, it is mainly because you are harboring a limiting beliefs which has come out of maybe you are not even aware of. It's unconscious. It is there in your, which has been put in you, maybe even unconsciously. But I can promise you today, as behavioral scientist, I can tell you that, and as transformational trainers that we are, you have a power to transform your limiting beliefs into liberating beliefs. And that's exactly why I was acknowledging Dr. Dhiren, Dr. Neeraj, Dr. Satyen. You all are organizing these training programs and helping your community to help them to review their beliefs. Many of them we don't even know, because the first step to transformation is awareness. Awareness about your belief. Like, for example, there are some people who believe that no, I'm not a sportsman. I can't do marathon. I can't run long distance. That's not true. There are so many people above 70 years who have started running and today they are completing marathon. Yes or no? How many of you agree with me? And how many of you also know that there are a lot of people who are money-wise, they are not able to make money. Even if money comes to them, they throw it away because of the limiting beliefs of money. Let me share with you. It is said 95% of the lottery winners become, within 5 years, economically more depressed than what they were before they won the lottery. It is mainly because of their beliefs. We have a lot of beliefs, like, let me share it with you. Many believe that, share market, equity market is a gambling den, which is again a wrong belief, because of course there are aspects of share market which is gambling, but equity market is one of the most best investments for your money to grow. Last 150 years, it has been known that equity market long-term investment gives you 17.5% IRA. No other asset class gives you this particular return, because this is all determining upon it. And you will be surprised to know that in India, less than 5% invest in shares because of this wrong belief. So beliefs lead to your results. If you have such limiting beliefs, you can't become rich. That's the result. Second aspect about belief. Second is, belief is your paradigm of thinking which you have got, the perception which you hold. Okay, if you belief doesn't allow you to have a wider spectrum of look or viewership. This is something very, very important. So whichever area of your life, wherever you are finding yourself disempowered and not able to produce results, look at your transformation, look at your belief and transform them. Maybe you can come to some of our training programs where we, in a 2-day workshop called 10x Personal Growth, we help you to identify your limiting beliefs and transform them. It may be in many areas. You may be good in earning money, but your health is not good because of your belief. Your relationship may not be good, again, because of your belief. So you can transform them, and each one of us have got the ability to do it. The second aspect, my friend, is attitude. Attitude is nothing but the quality and the direction of your thought process with which you approach a situation. They say the altitude of success in life depends upon the attitude that you harbor. And attitude, again, I'll give you the definition as given by Dale Carnegie, sir. Attitude, he says, is the quality and the direction of your thought process with which you approach a situation. This again comes to what I just told you about the power of thinking. That is, out of the number of thoughts you have got, which thoughts are you able to use to face situation? Because in life, let me tell you one more thing. this pandemic last 10 months was challenging for everybody. Yes or no? But how many of you also agree with me that there are some people who have prospered even in this challenging time? There are some people who have become more richer, more healthier, better relationship, more harmonious, even in this situation. What is it that has helped them? It is attitude. You're right. Satyen, it's right. Because that is the type of, that's the approach you took towards that. You took, okay, I'm in at home quarantined. Okay, can I read more books? Can I have some, can I do some yoga exercise? Can I learn some new skill? Can I get to know my family members better? Can I help my people in the homework and learn some new skill there? Can I be happy even in my home? That's all determined by your attitude. What type of a thoughts, what type of an approach you take towards life situation. That is in your hand. Because they always said, one of the most important attitude is, I am responsible for my life. And when I am responsible for my life, I have the responsibility to take the right action. I don't blame somebody else. I don't justify. I don't complain. Let me tell you one thing, friends. Those people who are really traumatized in this COVID situation is all those people who have been pointing fingers. And the government did not do this. It is China to be blamed. This is the chief minister is not good. My neighbors are not good. My corporation is not doing enough. When you show one finger at somebody else, remember there are 3 fingers showing at you. But if you really want to be powerful in any situation, you accept the responsibility and say, okay, it doesn't matter. Maybe we are responsible for causing this challenge because of the way we have been dealing with nature. Maybe this virus came. I am also responsible. Now let me see what I can contribute to alleviate it. Let me wear mask. Let me have the social distance. Let me use a sanitizer. Let me be more responsible. Let me share my thoughts. Let me help others who are less fortunate than me. This way, you will be able to take it forward, my friends. And this, when you have the right belief, right attitude, you automatically can take it to the right feeling, action, and results. So friends, this is what is a BUFAR principle, which can be used in any area of your life and thereby ensure that you are able to really consummate this beautiful gift of human life, which Almighty God has blessed on us. Remember, everything you are responsible. Nobody else is responsible. Once if you have that type of a mindset, then you are always in power, because when you take responsibility, you automatically get power, because responsibility and power are 2 sides of the same coin. And from there, you will have the power to act and produce results. So that's what these aspects work. So friends, these are 3 concepts which I wanted to share with this August group in this particular short session. First and foremost thing is, have self-actualization, which starts with self-acceptance, self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-competence. And remember, you have to have a good self-concept about yourself. Don't consider yourself less than anybody. You are a Kohinoor. Similarly, consider everybody else also to be a Kohinoor, the first important principle of self-actualization, which starts with self-acceptance without being egoistical. Egoistical is, I am a Kohinoor, he is a Koila. The right way of self-acceptance is, I am a Kohinoor, he is also a Kohinoor. And then start the self-actualization process. Second is, have thought leadership. Remember, even though you have 70,000 thoughts, you have the power to choose the thought. Practice meditation, practice silence, and have the power to choose the right thoughts. That's why always expose yourself to powerful thoughts, powerful people, powerful peers, and be very careful about what you expose yourself to. You don't read newspaper. Don't look at news. They say CNN is constant negative news. Don't listen to them. Read good books. Read Bhagavad Gita. Read Quran. Read Bible. They're all good. They all give you good thoughts. Remember, books are the frozen thoughts of great people. develop the habit of reading good books, using YouTube for empowerment videos. And the third one, my friends, I wanted to share with you is about belief, which is the mother of results. Check yourself. If you have success in life, it's because of positive beliefs in that area. Wherever your life is not working, it's because of some negative beliefs. Shift them. In fact, I would invite you all for our training programs called 10x Personal Growth, where we do this transformation of your beliefs and help you develop success conducive attitude, which is the consequence for 85% of your results. Okay. And friends, as I tell you, God has given us all the power. It is in our responsibility and duty to ensure that we are able to unleash this potential and make this world a better place and contribute and make a swarg in this earth. There's no other swarg. Swarg is here. It's all in our hands. So with this, thank you very much. I would now not mind taking some questions. Over to you, Dr. Dhiren. Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. It was really engaging, enlightening, and entertaining also.
Thank you, sir.
So we really enjoyed it. Like how time flies. That was really like we could not eat just like 10 minutes. That's what our feeling is. But actually, it's already 40 minutes have passed. That's really the beauty of your team.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Sir, yeah. I would like to ask with a very simple question that how to identify our limiting beliefs.
Yeah. So you say a very good question, sir. So how do you identify limiting beliefs? Is like limiting beliefs will be there wherever in that area you are not feeling power. You're not feeling fully self-expressed. Like, so just to give an example, there are some people who don't have a very robust health, or they are not fully energetic. Then I can assure you, if they don't have it, it's mainly because they have some belief, which is something like, no, so my gene is like that. My family has got all this, all the people have got similar problem. That type of a belief they think. And that is the reason. So one more place is, sir, there are some people who are not making enough money, who are not have enough financial resources. They're not financially independent. Even though the earning is good, there may be some limiting beliefs, which is stopping them from actually multiplying their money. There are a lot of people who have a belief, fixed deposit is good. First, fixed deposit gives you 5%, 4% interest, and the inflation is 8%. So your money is going down instead of it growing up. So these are some of the limiting beliefs. So whichever area where you're not really progressing, sir, where you're not fully self-expressed and you're not really growing and prospering, there is some limiting belief. And if you can go to a behavioral scientist or a trainer like us who are specialists in that, we will be able to find out and give you an indication or coach you, facilitate you, and help you find out. And let me tell you one more thing, sir. Everybody has got some limiting beliefs in some area. No human being is perfect. But it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process of discovering and learning. That's where, sir, I use that word PD is equal to BD. You have to continuously keep on training yourself. You have to be in the company of people who are working on themselves. You have to have a mastermind group. You have to have some peers who will be very frank with you. And this is the way of coming out of the limiting beliefs. But limiting beliefs, you ask me as a coach, as a trainer, whichever area is not fully expressed, which is not fully growing or fully robust, that area, some limiting belief is there.
Yes, over to you, Satyen.
Thank you, Dr. Arunaagiri. We're having a very good session. We're also getting a lot of feedback. And Mr. Jacob has been writing that he's very happy with this session. He's one of our regular viewers. Sir, continuing with this, your principles and on your beliefs that, there may be some limiting beliefs. How will you be able to, as a coach, will you be able to find out for people about which aspect, of their life they have some limiting beliefs in? I myself feel that, no, I am quite open-minded about most things. So would you be able to point that out as well?
Yes, definitely, sir. Definitely. So you all must be knowing about the concept called as blind spot.
Yeah.
So blind spot is a limiting belief, because I may not be able to see, but the opposite person, especially trained people like us, will be able to find it out very, very quickly. We have got questionnaires, we have got techniques, we have a coaching session, facilitation session, where you'll be able to immediately find it out. As I said, it all requires a proper listening. And as I told you, Dr. Satyen and Dr. Jacob, everybody of us have got a limiting beliefs and blind spots. Just to give you an example, Bill Gates or Elon Musk, each of them have got 10 coaches. So why do they have the coaches? Because they have got coaches for health, they have got coaches for wealth, they got coaches for management, new concepts. Because each of them know that there may be blind spot which may not be known to me. So that's the reason why even though I've been in training for 25 years, I also have got my coaches. And I promise you, that's the best investment you can make of going to a right person and unraveling your blind spots and limiting beliefs, because that limiting belief is stopping you from really living your life fully.
Great.
That doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
Have I answered your question?
Absolutely. But we'll probably need few more hours with you to make complete sense.
So and there are programs which we run 2-day workshop where we can help you identify it and even transform them.
Yes, my wife has been trying to transform me since 20 years, sir. I was very, very surprised and very happy as well when you started talking about meditation, because, I actually thought that this is going to be one of those coaching type of meetings, but when you started talking meditation, suddenly I just, it opened up my eyes and, related to that, wanted to ask you whether, we get negative thoughts all the time and we know about it. And one of the main aspects of meditation is to ignore your thoughts and to become thoughtless. What tips would you have to ignore negative thoughts and to keep positivity only in your mind?
Yeah. So, as you know, Satyen, do you practice meditation?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So, whichever school you are in, I am a yoga teacher, and I also facilitate a program called Siddha Samadhi Yoga, done by my guru Rishi Prabhakar. So in that, what we say is you have to be a witness. Let the thoughts come, let the thoughts go. Okay, and you neither do you follow a thought, or do you hold on to a thought, or you don't create a thought. Okay, so as you keep on meditation over a period of time, you get that type of serenity where you are able to be equanimous. Right? What is equanimity? You don't have an aversion, you don't have a craving. But again, let me give a small statement here, saying that it is not possible for at every moment of life for every human being to have only positive thoughts. If somebody is saying that, he's telling a lie. It's only a fact aspect that by keeping on nurturing yourself, conditioning yourself, and working on yourself, you can slow and steadily have larger and larger percentage of focus on positive thoughts. And even by chance, if you get carried away by a negative thought, you will have the ability to catch yourself and come back.
Stop yourself and come back.
Come back. And that is what is the ability. That ability is what this continuous practice is there. Dr. Satyen, one more thing, which I wanted to just share is, many people learn these techniques. They learn meditation, but unless and until you practice it, you will not get the benefit. It has to be practiced regularly, daily, consistently, with that consistency and persistence. If you don't practice it, you can't expect to get the benefit. Am I making sense, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. You're talking from experience as well.
Yeah, I've been meditating for 25 years now, twice a day, every time before lunch, before dinner. You have to, when the body is little hungry, little tired, I just go into 20 minutes of meditation every day. And it has given me a tremendous advantage. Yes, tremendous advantage. In fact,
I'll go to the last question from my end because we are actually overshot our time and Tushar has been poking me from behind. So a lot of us are, you've talked about self-actualization, getting into the feelings, the thoughts, and trying to, make yourself better at your job, at your work.
Right.
But there are some people who are stuck in jobs which they may not like themselves. They are not happy with. Or, this new concept with a lot of people, they get bored, after a few years and they want to go to the next job or whatever. So what are your thoughts on that? How should they look to change themselves or change their environment?
There are two perspectives to this. One concept is, of course, ideally, I also believe in that. Each of us have been given a unique ability. Each of us have been given a unique ability by God, and if you can identify that, and you can pursue that and make it into a profession, that would be great. Like ikigai concept, you must be knowing. Japanese concept has just recently come, which talks about 4 sectors. Identify what you love, identify what the world is ready to pay for, and identify something which you would really put your entire effort into that. So that would be ideal. But then I would say that let's be practical in this real world, where not necessarily that you would always get to do what you love. My coaching would be, as I said in my talk, you are responsible for your life. So whatever comes in your plate, give your very best. Give your very best in whatever you do. And this is from our Bhagavad Gita, Karmanavadikaya. You enjoy the process. The end result will happen. So look at every job as something which has come to you for an improvement. So if you change the way you look at things, the thing which you look at changes. People get bored, Dr. Satyen, is mainly because they get into that tunnel that they should get only those jobs which they love to do, which is not practical. Whereas the right approach would be, whatever comes in your plate, give your very best, make a contribution, make a difference. Let the world be a better place because I came in there. If that type of a concept is there, and if you take interest in any job, over a period of time, that becomes interesting. Am I right? Does it make sense? Any job, even like in this, during this COVID-19, we also did jadu pocha, or we did sweeping. If you did it with acceptance, with love, you enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Whereas if you do it, karna padta hai. Yes. So that is what it is. Dr. Dhiren, I can see one question.
Yeah, then I have a very basic question.
Yeah.
And that question is...
Yes, Dr. Dhiren.
Yeah.
So what is the question?
Yeah, so the question is, what is the difference between the self-worth and self-esteem?
Good question, sir. Good question. So in that particular cycle, you must have seen.
What mean?
Start with self-acceptance. So when you accept yourself, you get a self-worth. Self-worth means I consider myself to be valuable. I consider myself to be worthy. Means I'm worthy. See, as we normally talk about it, many people who feel desolate, who feel like a failure, is because they feel that I'm not good enough. I'm worthless. Or mere mein wo quwwat nahi hai. This type of a conversation leads you to not feeling self-worth. Dr. Dhiren, there is a concept called as little voice, which is again a part of your subconscious mind. And this every human being has got. Whenever you are faced with some challenging situation, immediately this little voice in your mind starts saying, "Arey yaar, I am not good enough. I cannot do this. This is beyond me." हर एक में है, हर एक में है. आप में भी है, मेरे में भी है. This little voice keeps you little, or it keeps you dwarfed. There are technology to manage little voice, because little voice cannot be eliminated. Everybody has got it. You have to manage it by affirmation or incantation. So self-worth is feeling of that helplessness or not good enough and feeling not worthy about yourself. Of course, this self-worth will determine your self-esteem. Self-esteem is about how you feel about yourself. The feeling. This again, of course, this has got correlation with self-worth. But there are technologies which you can make yourself feel good. One technology which I have been sharing in my training program, sir, whenever you want to feel good, you focus on memories in the past where you have accomplished something big, or you focus on your victories. So that make that when you focus, like sir, all of you are top doctors in the world. When you all got admission for in medicine, when you all got into the post graduation, when you all got into fellowship, when you all those they are, or when you did a very complicated operation which was beyond anybody else. So you focusing your thoughts onto those great memories, accomplished memories will make you feel good in the present. And consciously, sir, you should avoid focusing on your defeats or in your low points. और ये आपके हाथ में है. This every human being should know that it is in my hand to focus on which thoughts. अगर मेरे में energy down लग रहा है, that means मेरा thoughts कहीं पर negative चला गया. So you have a right to change it by consciously focusing on something which is brighter, which is more victorious, and where you have made a contribution, where people have acknowledged you. So that is how I would say, sir, you can build your self-esteem. And self-worth is don't listen to the little voice and keep on focusing again on your strengths, your accomplishments. So all of them are interrelated, but I can promise you, by just using these small concepts with the clarity, that in any situation, human beings have the power to control their destiny and control their feelings, control their actions. Dr. Sir, have I been able to answer your question?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, over to you, Satyen.
Great, sir. Sir, I think we will conclude our session now. I want to thank you for an excellent session. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to watch this on loop and going to get more and more out of this. I'm going to refocus on the points which you said. The first one was on meditation. It was excellent discussion on meditation from you. And, you're talking about blocking out the negative thoughts, keeping the positive in, and getting yourself into focusing in the right directions and using meditation to help that. You have talked a lot about uh, self-acceptance, and self-acceptance being the first step in getting towards the ultimate goal of self-actualization, which was a very good concept as well. First, we need to accept ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, work on our weaknesses, and learn to love ourselves. Falling in love with oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance, as the great ones have said. And so that was a great concept that you brought about. Your BUFAR principle, which you thought, which you explained, was also a very good one. Basically, what I gained from it was that if you approach any problem or any uh, matter or any aspect with the right attitude and with the right emotions, then you're going to get the right result. So thank you very much, sir. I want to thank my co-panelists, Dr. Dhiren and Dr. Tushar, for helping us in co-hosting the show. I want to thank OrthoTV as well, and most importantly, I want to thank our audience who are in the thousands now. And we keep trying to bring more and more different topics which would help to motivate you and improve on yourself and ourselves on a week-to-week basis. And see you next Monday. God bless. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Last but not least, I want to thank my colleague, Mr. Nair, who has been a great support, has been coordinating with Dr. Dhiren. So thank you very much, Mr. Nair, for Jagmohan Nair, sir, for his coordination. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nair.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.